So, the first episode of the new zombie series, The Last of Us, just dropped, and yeah, it's really good. This video is gonna be mostly my thoughts and in general my first impressions of the show. Now, I haven't played the game, so there won't be any comparisons with the TV show. I think The Last of Us has a massive potential to become a great hit, if it's not already one. The show has made a fantastic story and character choices for its first episode, and these choices will make the story much more interesting and thrilling and basically just fun. The pilot starts with its three main characters: Joel, who's a veteran that works in construction, his daughter Sarah, and Joel's brother, Tommy. Joel is a single parent, he usually works double shifts to make ends meet. I really liked that the show takes its time to introduce us to these characters before the whole zombie pandemic begins. Sarah is a sweet and innocent teenager, Tommy is brash and impulsive, but they're a family, they love each other. Then everyone turns into zombies and Joel, Sarah and Tommy run for their lives. The writers of the show made a couple of important decisions for its first act, and they all work really well. One is the teaser of the show, where we get to see two professors in a 60s TV talk show arguing about how a global pandemic would start and envelop the entire world. That introduces the threat of the virus and the possible zombies that are to come. It might happen, and eventually it does. Also, the use of the scientists make the danger feel more real, that this is an event that might actually happen, that zombies are not some supernatural force, but are just normal people that are infected by a fungi virus that takes over them and wreaks havoc on their bodies and minds. After the teaser, the show doesn't jump into action, but instead it lets us spend about 20 minutes or so with our main characters. We learn that Sarah stole some money so she could fix Joel's watch for his birthday. She knows that her father works a lot and wants to give him a nice memory. We get to enjoy the banter between Joel and his brother Tommy. We see Sarah has a good enough heart that she goes to her elderly next door neighbor to help take care of her. All these moments work really well. They give us the idea that when the pandemic starts, that these characters will be on the run and we'll get to see the world fall apart through their eyes. But of course that doesn't happen. Sarah dies at the hand of a soldier and Joel is just shattered. Her death is without a doubt the most important part of the first episode and possibly the entire first season. It throws a wrench into our expectations and takes the story out of the zombie genre, and it makes it feel more real. After that, we jump 20 years into the future and we get to see a new world. Joel lives with his girlfriend Tess inside a quarantine zone. The leaders of the zone called Fedra are no joke. If you don't obey the rules, you hang and that's it. If you test positive for the virus, even if you're an innocent orphan little girl, you die, and your body will burn in order to destroy any remnants of the deadly virus. The main gist after the flash forward is that Joel's brother Tommy is missing for 3 weeks. He's far away, somewhere in Wyoming, and Joel wants to take his girlfriend Tess and go find him. They stumble into some rebels called Fireflies that want to overthrow the Federal regime. The rebels had a plan to spirit out of the quarantine zone a teenage girl called Ellie, but with the fight against the authorities and with the deal that had gone wrong, they have lost a lot of soldiers and now they don't have the manpower to go through with their plan. So they make a deal with Joel to take Ellie with them. Ellie is special. She has a gift that no one else has. She's immune to the virus. One of the most important things that any pandemic or post-apocalyptic show for that matter is missing is money. They want to show their characters trying to survive as the world falls apart, but they don't have the budget. Well, The Last of Us has absolutely no problems in that arena. That HBO money is flowing. When Joel, Sarah and Tommy run amongst all those screaming, terrified people, and the airline jet is just crashing over their heads, all of that was done really well. Good tension, good drama, everyone is happy. Now, after the flash forward, we see that Joel is a broken shell of a man. Sure, he looks tough on the outside, but inside he's just empty. As they're burning the bodies of the infected, another worker can't stand that a little girl is amongst them. But Joel has been so desensitized by all the violence and death that he doesn't even blink twice. He grabs the body of the little girl and throws her into the fire. It's clear here in the first episode that Joel's redemption, his way of finding himself back again, lies in Ellie, the teenage girl that is immune. Now, of course, everyone that has played the game and knows how the story ends knows way more about it than me, so let's just leave it at that. But more than likely, Joel's harsh, brutal ways are going to clash with the teenage innocence that Ellie so desperately hides under all that swearing and brash behavior. That kind of relationship has the potential for a lot of good drama, and I can't wait to see it. It also adds to the show that it casts some fantastic actors. Pedro Pascal is doing a great job as Joel. He has the range to play the wounded, grieving father that turns into a brutal warrior with absolutely no problem. Anna Torv, also a great choice. I'm happy to see her in a big show after Mindhunter. For Ellie, Bella Ramsey looks a bit weird for the part. I don't know. I think she's talented enough to pull it off. For now, her performance as the brash, foul-mouthed teenage girl works well. But we'll see what her character will go through as the season progresses and what she will bring out of it. So that's basically it for these first impressions. See you in the next video.